Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that, you're not going to lose very many games, maybe not any games.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive.
They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were excellent a week ago. Indianapolis.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
And Lance will have the 1st down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play.
The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And now they'll throw with Lance.
He finds his man complete. That's Garner. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the 1st.
Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Lance. Far left side, he's got Tillman.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
7 yards there and a first down. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
And Matthews makes the ground. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
Now he dumps this off over the middle.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They took the shot, didn't get it. There's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding him to 3. Psychologically, maybe a win for the defense. And his kick is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
I guess we have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week?
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he probably just tell him, listen, you want to get involved?
Go out.
Go out and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
Now a play fake here on first down.
Short throw, that's hauled in by Mayer.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
They run the counter. Lucas, a 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Bronco defense.
Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in week 5. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
On first down, it's Lucas. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Now 2nd and 9.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Lucas. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Lucas. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A big play there.
With his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they want. But they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now a throw here to his running back. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. I think you would agree. Just a good decision right there. Goes for the safe play. Gets some yardage out of it.
And showed some toughness as well. As you noted, he stayed right in there. Saw the rush was coming, hung in there, took the hit, dumped it out to the outside, and now they pick up some yardage, and you have a back that's grateful to you and will continue to make plays.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Here is 3rd and 5. Lance going to throw. And the Raiders have got him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward.
Here's Bryce Behringer on now to punt.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left, early in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 1st down, Sharp. Pressure comes and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Now here's a throw. It's complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but now before picking up 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 28. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Sharp over the middle, complete. It's Contra, and he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. They're going to have to do something with him. He was so sensational last week, over 200 yards. AFC Offensive Player of the Week, what do? You hold him?
That's a good start as long as you can get away with it. Otherwise, just giving up penalties and free plays for the offense. But I think you've got to do a combination of things. Chip at his timing at the line of scrimmage, have extra people in the territory for him. You've got to do everything and change it up from snap to snap.
It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
There it is, a staple in most teams' playbooks, the angle route. A lot of times you want to take away that inside route by a back, but when they sell it like he's going to the flat, that is tough on inside linebackers. One false step, and that ball's completed.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. his guys are able to extend their lead.
So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
So the Broncos coming out now. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A handoff as they run the counter play. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
To throw, it's Lance.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Now you don't. Penalty at any point, but it adds a little extra to it when it comes on 3rd down.
It certainly does, because if this were a boxing match, they had him on the ropes there. 3rd down incompletion, 4th down upcoming. Instead, that mistake resets everything back to 1st down, which means they have to stay on the field longer to try and stop this drive.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Now, that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Lance looking to throw it.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
We have so many different terms for 3rd down, 3rd and short, 3rd and long, 3rd and manageable. How about 3rd and medium? Because that's what this one was. The defense looked like they had him hemmed in, but he gets away, evades the rush, and picks up just enough for the 1st down.
There's the stiff arm. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Now Lance. Open man. He completes it to Judy.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
Okay, right. They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Off of play action, here's Lance. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Just his 2nd incompletion so far is 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up
the gun on third down. Lance. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down.
Bottom line is that he is just something else as a runner, because there are not many QBs in this league who can rip off a game that big, and he did it with the defense giving him a little extra attention after he hit him on a run earlier this series.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a handoff running through the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Lance now to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. The coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Throwing now is Lance. And that is incomplete. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's fourth. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get sixes instead of threes.
So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him, and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
They'll elect to bring it out here for the... Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, they got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Working from the gun, Lance. He got him a big chunk of that yardage back, but even with that effort, it'll still be third and long.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. And this a 39-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good.
So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Up the middle they go. Lucas. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw. Sharp. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
Well, I see a defensive coordinator get upset and throw his headset. This is the kind of play that'll do it. You force 3rd and long. This is almost sort of a give-up play. You're just hoping to get something positive, and it winds up breaking big, and they convert on 3rd down.
Throwing on first down. Sharp. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, and it's the Eagles who are out in front. The Eagles locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we'll head west to check on the other team in the Keystone State, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. Michael Pittman, a touchdown catch in the victory. Both teams making their final adjustments before we get started once again. And for the call of the second half, let's send you back out to Allegiant Stadium in Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
So here are the Raiders now to take over.
They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, he certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lucas, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Operating from the gun. Sharp. Throw left side complete. That's Lucas. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 96 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
To throw on 2nd down. Sharp. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's that's enough to pick up the first.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise him with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Dances by him all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Right back to him on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
Stop short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle but couldn't get it all the way home. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
Ball start. Offense.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still 3rd down.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Sharp. Looking left side and has got him in. That's Lucas. Touchdown. From 6 yards away.
And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Carlson on for the PAT. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the 2nd half.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And he's able to skip away from that first defender on his way to a pickup of 5.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Check pink. Smith red. Check white.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. This offense in desperate need as they come up on third down.
Here's Lance to throw it. That is caught. On the move past the 40.
And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Shotgun now for Lance. Right back to Judy, and it's complete.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
On the set.
On play action, Lance.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. The Broncos on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Here's Lance. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one good for 24 yards. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We've got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, Lance. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Raiders are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field.
They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
The false start backs him up 5. First and 15. Back to throw. Sharp. Throw left side complete. That's Lucas. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Looking to throw on second down. Sharp. And the Broncos get there and take him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Here we go.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Operating from the gun, Lance.
Over the middle, complete to Judy. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
That's to the pylon and incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Lance. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy.
A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10.
Lance now on 1st down.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
Operating from the gun. Lance got his man complete over the middle. It's Garner.
And he's got a 1st down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. Short throw hauled in by Trimble.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense.
Lance looking to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here we go. This is 4th down. Desperation time here. Lance.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
2nd down and 6 now. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get through and protect the ball.
Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the gun on 3rd down, Sharp.
That is incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
So a big one coming now for Daniel Carlson. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. The kick by Carlson is good.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
So the Broncos now down by 8, 65 seconds remaining. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down.
Now Lance. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Lance's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy.
That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Here's Lance. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Lance back to throw.
He finds his man, complete. That's Garner. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 15-yard line.
This one came right down to the wire, and CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So for Las Vegas, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for Denver, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, it's the NFL on EA Sports.